Hello guys and welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm here for the match review of AC Milan against Cagliari. Match that finished moments ago at the San Siro where Milan won it 1-0 thanks to a late Carlos Bacca goal, and really we were hoping all match round for this goal. It just wasn't happening. Milan was having a lot of trouble against Cagliari to get that goal, but in the end, thanks to a fantastic combination between Lapadula and Carlos Bacca, we managed to find this very important goal. This goal that gifted us the 3 points to start off the 2017 year on the best note possible. Now, the match wasn't good at all for Milan. I find that we unfortunately had way too many difficulties against the Cagliari side that, practically speaking, we should have had, or I should have at least been way more comfortable against. Cagliari, a team that conceded 42 goals before today, a team that only managed to win one game away from home all season round. We should have done better against Cagliari. Let's be honest. They did a good job themselves. I think they closed down Milan very well today. They were all playing behind the ball. They were working on being defensive and trying to hit back on the counter. It worked a couple of times. But in the end, we kept that clean sheet that we needed. We got the goal at the end, even though we might not have really deserved it throughout our performance. But in the end, we got the 3 points. That is what we needed. I'm happy that we got the win. Not so happy about the performance, but more times than not, that is what we're going to expect, at least with this Milan team for the moment. We're not going to get the best performances, but as long as we get the 3 points, I'll be happy for now. Now, speaking of other results, there were teams like Lazio, Napoli, Inter, all teams that won this weekend. So it was very important for us to get the 3 points, and they had to leave it late themselves, and Milan joined them as well. They left it late, they got the winner. And that's what counts in the end. Now, speaking about the team in general, in terms of performances, Donnarumma did very well. Wasn't really busy in this match. He did have to make a few saves. He came out big in certain times. But once again, he showed his class when, he came out to gather the ball on crosses. Very confident, looked very confident when he had to do that. And today was his 50th appearance. And he earned himself another clean sheet. So well done to Donnarumma. The defense in general was very good. Paletta and Romagnoli once again establishing themselves as a very dynamic and strong, solid duo in that defense for the center backs. Their partnership has gone very far so far this season. Abate got injured in that first half. I'm not quite sure what the extent of his injury is, but he was replaced by Antonelli, and Antonelli shifted to the left side while De Sciglio was put on the right. Positive game for both. Not the best performance from like the rest of the team did, but still pretty decent from De Sciglio and Antonelli. For the midfield, Locatelli, it was his birthday today, and what a birthday it was for him. Possibly one of the better players all around at Milan today. Very solid, looked very good in front of the defense. Lots of good movements. It's still very tough to ask a lot from this kid, but at 19 years old today, he made one of his better performances once again. So very happy for Locatelli. Pasalic encountered a bit of trouble, just like Bonaventura. Unfortunately, Bonaventura was a bit off his game today. Maybe it's the fact that he was playing as a midfield after a long time, while usually he was being used as a winger, maybe the thing that brought him back to that midfield kind of offset him a bit. But I'm pretty sure Bonaventura will bounce back. It's normal that he will have some bad performances once in a while. The important thing is that he continues with his continuity, because he is a solid player. I'm sure that he will come back stronger than ever. But, that substitution made by Montella in the second half kind of raised a few questions for me when Bertolacci was brought on instead of Bonaventura. But Bertolacci, he did his job quite well. At one point, we were forced to play in a 4-2-4 formation when Lapadula came on for the last option, for the last substitution. We were playing a 4-2-4 formation with Locatelli and Bertolacci both being those centerpieces there in the midfield. And up front, we had the likes of Niang, Lapadula, Bacca, and Suso to work for our attack. So I think Bertolacci did his job quite well to keep the team in shape with Locatelli. Lapadula, I think, is one of the best impact subs that we have, if not the only impact sub that we have, because once he comes on, you could expect things to change for Milan, and they did again today. Beautiful assist on that Bacca goal. You could just see how evident his play really is. Always so strong, even if it's on the ground. If he's up on his 2 feet, if he's in the air, he always works 100%. His work ethic paid off once again. Gifted Bacca that beautiful pass. Bacca made no mistake to slot it in the back of the net from just a few meters out. And that's a goal that he needed for his personal confidence, for his self-esteem, to give Milan the 3 points. And I definitely hope that this goal will change things for him. He was also fouled at the end by Bruno Alves. The ref really didn't take out his cards all game round. I think Bruno Alves should have at least been booked beforehand in the game, but really he wasn't giving any cautions or warnings whatsoever. Luckily for us, at the end we were winning 1-0 at that point, but he was rightfully sent off for that challenge on Bacca. So hopefully this is a revival for Bacca after that goal. I hope he performs better from now on. He didn't have the best performance, that's for sure, but I think this goal hopefully will improve his self-confidence. Suso, a guy that was used a lot in this game. Every time Milan was setting up a counter-attack or attack in general, Suso was the man that his teammates were looking for. All the teammates were always looking for Suso to either cross the ball, start a play, and he's really that ever-present figure that Milan has, that figure that really needs to be placed in this team for it to have some sort of engine, some sort of fuel to run the system. And he has shown it again today. Some good crosses, not his best, but you could see that he's a focus point for this Milan side. And Niang, a guy that started off quite well at the beginning of the game. He's shown some things. He had some chances himself, but as the game went by, he slowly depreciated in terms of his performance. And a lot of criticism was once again implied on Yang throughout the game, throughout the watch along. You guys calling in on Skype, telling me the same thing. So yes, it wasn't a perfect performance from Yang. It wasn't a good one whatsoever. And really, big question marks are now concerning Yang. Will he be considered for the future at Milan? Will he be sold? Will he be loaned out this January transfer window? Definitely lots of questions have to be asked when talking about Niang. Now, with that being said, guys, it is your turn to share your thoughts, your opinions on Milan and what you thought about their game and performance today. Did Milan really? Did you expect Milan to play today like the way that they did? They do enough for you to satisfy? Or really, what do you make of this Milan team? Could we go far? Just in general, what do you think about the players today? Let me know all of that in the comment section below. Or, of course, you guys could give us a call on Skype. Now, a lot of you guys already called on Skype at halftime, and I will be making some phone calls. So if you guys want to get involved, add me on Skype. Rossoneri TV is the name you guys have to add. And there's already a call coming in from Jeffrey. So I'm going to answer that right away and see what he thinks about the full performance. Hi, Jeffrey. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Way better than halftime, that's for sure.
Uh,
What did you think about
Yeah,
that second half? Was it better, or did we just get lucky enough to get that win, really?
I don't think it was luck. I think that we all knew that Lapadula could do something, and it just that little touch there gave Bacca enough room to tap in at two, what was it, 2 feet or something. I mean, like, it ain't that far. He can't miss that.
But Okay, now speaking about Lapadula, once again, a very impact player when he comes off the bench. He's done it
Hmm.
again. This time, he provided an assist for Bacca. Like he's coming off the bench, he's doing great. He's making things happen at Milan. Do you think he deserves a start over Bacca, even after Bacca scored that goal today?
No, I actually think I like them both playing together.
Mm-hmm.
I like. I would go try a 4-4-2
Okay.
against Torino, the net in either the cup or the league, and see how it works out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all saw that it worked fine in the last 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's see how it works for the full 90 minutes. And if it works great, let's stick with that.
Right. I mean, really, Lapadula didn't need much time to make an impact today.
Well, no, no.
At
You're
all.
you're right that, but we're playing against a team in the bottom half of the
Mm-hmm.
table,
Yeah.
and so he shouldn't really need that much time, anyways. But if we're playing against, Roma, Napoli, or someone in the top four, top five,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's gonna. You need to come on with like the half an hour or so to make an impact,
Yeah,
because
definitely. But I mean, Cagliari was still playing. It was such a tough game, I find, against Cagliari because yeah, we were supposed to have a better time against them. We were supposed to be better altogether against them. But the way that they were closing Milan and teams that, especially bottom of the table teams or mid table teams that play against Milan, they do know that when they close Milan down, they always have difficulties. Because Milan don't have those players that could just create in all that mess. When Cagliari closes down with 10 men behind the ball, it's just so hard to generate anything. Um, do you see this as a problem going forward with the current squad that we have?
uh, it could be a problem against some teams. I think. Well, I think the reason why it was a problem today was because Calgary only had 1-1 away, only skipping uh one clean sheet this
Mm-hmm.
whole season. They
Yeah.
wanted to come out there and say like, even if we can't win the game, we're gonna keep it a nil-nil draw. And I
Right.
think that was their game plan. It was like, we don't need to win this game. We can take a point and we'll be happy from it.
Right.
Well, if we come up against teams that have that mindset, we're in trouble. We can't break down teams that do, park the bus, put 10 men behind the ball, had no creativity. Sousa wasn't that good today.
Mm-hmm.
Bonaventura, he was off and on.
Yeah.
Niang, he just does idiotic things at times. Bacca, he can't create his own shot. If you gave him a lane to shoot from, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
And our wingbacks, they're not really, there to create. They're really there to provide support and to defend. I don't know where the creativity comes from when we play against teams that's going to put 10 people behind the ball and counter us. That's
Well,
our problem.
if you take a look at it, I mean, the only guy that we were trying to use to create anything was actually Suso, and you could see how hard it was for him today because he was surrounded by like 3, 4 players the whole time. He just couldn't
Yeah.
create anything on his own, and I mean, usually, like we saw against Juventus, where he has more space. Juventus really is not a team that closes Milan down like Cagliari do. Where he has more space, he was capable of creating more. But like against teams like these, you need more creative players than just one, like Suso.
Yeah, that's the problem with Milan. Is that we have guys that we know that can finish, and I have proven it in other leagues. Even though it's been in a league that you can score, 100 goals again, 100 goals a season in Spain.
Hmm.
But we need that guy on either the midfield or the other wing that can create goals and create assists just as well as Suso, maybe even a little bit better than Suso. Because right now, Bonaventura, he's doing it, but do we play him out on the wing or do we play him in the midfield?
Mm.
And if we play in the midfield, do we need to change the formation to give him more
Room.
of a better, more room, right?
Yeah.
Or do we keep playing Yang out on the wing and he does his idiotic stuff again?
See, that's
It's a
that.
problem that we don't know our best formation and our best team.
Yeah, see, that's the thing that I think Bonaventura kind of had a problem today. Like I said before, he was playing more as a winger this whole time, especially in the recent games, and maybe something when he changed back to a midfield today, it was like something that he wasn't oriented right anymore, or something like. I think that he could be a very good wing. I like him in the midfield. Don't get me wrong, but for some reason, I could see him being more influential as a winger. More because we need creative players on that wing, and Yang's not cutting it right now.
Hmm.
Now I know we are searching for another winger. That's for sure. But for the moment, I think before this other supposed winger arrives, I think we should just play Jack over there.
Yeah, yeah. Or we could try and play like a maybe a 4-2-3-1 and play him in the middle as a number 10,
Mm.
or we could play a 4-3-1-2 and still playing him as the number 10. I don't know. We got to figure it out
Uh,
before we get into the more tougher part of our season.
Yeah, because there's definitely gonna be way tougher games. I don't know if we perform like this, we won't be getting the results that we need. That's for sure.
I know. I said in the thing that like we want to go for Champions League or Europa League, or we're
Hmm.
playing piss poor.
Yeah,
The only time we actually play up to the level is when we're playing the top teams. When we play against worse teams, we play down to their level.
yeah, exactly. I completely agree with you on that. That's for sure. All right, Jeffrey. Thanks for calling in, man.
See you later.
See you later. All right, guys. So getting into your comments here, Geek 101 says, "Do you think we should try and bring Calabria back on the field now that Abate is injured? Antonelli certainly wasn't awful today, but I think Abate was in better form." Now, Antonelli was playing as a left back when he did come on. Deschio did replace Abate in this position, meaning Deschio was playing as a right back, Antonelli as a left back when Abate got injured. In terms of playing Calabria there, you know, Deschio's a natural right back. He was just out of position this whole time when he was playing as a left back. I don't think that Montella is willing to deploy really Calabria right away as a starter. I think he could rotate. He could definitely come on in certain games as a sub, maybe, or even to be used in the Coppa Italia matches. But I don't think that Montella is just thinking of right now at the moment of playing Calabria as a starter. I would like to see it eventually, but at the moment, I don't think that is one of his ideas. Moving on, Farid says we're lacking in the attacking department. Yang and Bacca are useless at the end of the cross. I think Lapadula could do much better than Bacca. Um, it would be much better. Defense and Locatelli are solid. Yes, we are lacking the attacking department, and that is why maybe we're looking for that winger. We need someone to be more influential. Sure, Bonaventura could play as a winger. Sure, he could replace Niang in that position, but if we could use Bonaventura in the midfield and we can get a solid winger, like a guy like Keita, a guy that could be so fast and actually useful rather than Yang, then I'm all for it, obviously. Carlos Bacca says, Gio, do you think we should move to a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-4 with Bacca and Lapadula being the two strikers? Lapadula works hard and could provide. The fans are seeing the difference now. Now, I'm not too sure about a 4-2-4. I think that could be a last minute resort kind of formation like we saw today when we were tied at deadlock 0-0, and then we had to change with that formation. That could be a formation that we could change to get more attacking options when we need them. But I don't think we should be playing with anything like that. A 4-4-2 seems to be the more realistic option if we have to change formation, with possibly Bonaventura and Suso playing as wide midfielders there, and Bacca and Lapadula playing up front. That could be a solution once again. I don't see the problem with that. There's going to be a lot more work to be done for Suso and Bonaventura, that's for sure. They're going to have to work harder because they're not going to be playing just as wingers, they're going to be playing as midfielders, which means backing back, helping out the defense as well. So it could be a solution. Will we be trying that? That all really depends on Montella. We'll see how it goes like in the next few games if he decides to maybe try different modules. But to me, I think Montella wants to stick with this 4-3-3. We've been playing pretty well with it. Maybe not so well certain times, but at least we've been getting the results that we needed. Now, like I said, it's always good to experiment with different formations, but at the moment, if it's going right for us, I don't think there's a real motive to change that. Will it really, really help Milan in terms of results? I'm not too sure. That's the big question mark that I personally have at the moment. Now, I want to get another caller on. I know few people have been trying to call me, so we'll see if we can get one or two on. Let's see Cameron. Let's see if he answers. Once again, guys, if you want to feature on the live stream, just like Jeffrey did before, add us on Skype, Rossoneri TV. Hi, Cameron. Can you hear me?
Ciao, Gio. Ciao, Gio.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
Good, good. Thank you for joining us today. What did you make of the
For having me.
performance?
I must say, I mean, as a, Milanisti, I feel like our defense is, the best it's been in the last few seasons. I feel like Paletta, when I saw him come back in the beginning of the season, I thought it was going to be the worst decision by the manager, but I think he's one of our best players at the moment, especially tonight, with his heading ability is amazing, and him and Romagnoli are really doing well. And our midfield as well, like you say, Bonaventura, he always comes. Today was a bit shaky. But also Pasalic, I thought he was a bit disappointing tonight, making, a few unnecessary passes. But, overall, I have to agree, with the general discussion and say that our attacking play is almost pathetic. I mean, Bacca, in all honesty, got a lucky finish there
Hmm.
from Lapadula. And in my opinion, just in regards to, Bacca or Lapadula, I'll definitely put Bacca on the bench because he can finish when he has the ball in front of the net, but he doesn't create anything for the team or himself really. So I feel like the attacking department's still the worst. And, a winger would be good, to maybe replace Niang. But also Niang, I feel, he made a lot of mistakes tonight, but he's at least, going for the ball and making an attempt to do something. Whereas I think Baka stands around a bit too much and, waits for the ball. And he also gets upset at other players when he's not creating stuff himself.
Yeah, very good points there. I completely agree. The attacking phase is definitely lacking at Milan. I think the defense is really working wonders at the moment, all season
Yeah,
round.
for sure.
We've been doing very, very well. Like you said there with Paleta, I was surprised myself. When we were even talking about Paleta being a starter at the beginning of the season, we're like, what? Not again, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
But this guy has really changed for some reason. I don't know, but he's doing so good with Romagnoli. I think it's a perfect mix. Hopefully, he gets the extension that he was asking for. But yeah, definitely agree with you with the attacking phase. There's lots of problems going on. We always have problems breaking down these teams. Like we've seen before with Pescara, Crotone, Palermo, we do get the wins, but we always have to leave it late and in very weird circumstances. Really, I don't know why we always have to leave it late against these teams when other teams are just capable of walking past them. We always encounter difficulties against them. I'm not quite sure why. But yes, about Niang, he needs a change. I noticed that as well. You mentioned that he's working harder. He is working harder, and I did notice that when he needs to retrieve the ball. But when he does have the ball, I find he completely becomes like a guy with no head, no mind, no vision. I don't know why. It's like every time he gets the ball, it's like he blanks out or something. Like on one circumstance, actually in the first half, I repeated it a few times throughout the watch along, but he had some good options on his right side to pass to Suso.
Yeah.
Instead, he goes to for Bacca, a guy that anyone could have seen he was miles offside. Like why would you even go for
Yeah.
that option when you got an easy option open right to your right, just to pass it off? But I don't know. He needs to improve on many aspects. People say it's just his mentality and stuff, but I think it's a lot more than that. What do you make of that?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I mean, I think it was the 84th minute when he made that ridiculous pass straight to the
Yeah.
sidelines,
Hmm.
wanting it to go to Deschilio. And I mean, I saw a stat on Twitter after the game saying something like Milan having, 42 wrong passes that just went completely offside.
Hmm.
And like you say, I mean, also Niang, he mentioned on Milan TV a few weeks ago, that he feels he's well respected in the locker room and that he deserves to be where he is. So I feel like, you could say it's his confidence, but at the end of the day, I feel like, he just doesn't gel into the team. And often you say, he's overplaying Bacca, who doesn't receive it, because Bacca, like I mentioned earlier, he's great when he's right in front of the goalkeeper, but, give him two defenders in front of him, and, he's just making stupid shots, to be honest.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Hopefully that changes for Bacca and the rest of the attacking phase. Well, thank you for calling in, Karen.
Thank
A
you.
pleasure
Thank
to
you
have you
for
on.
having me.
All right.
Cheers.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
man.
Ciao, Gio.
Ciao. Ciao, ciao. All right, guys, we're getting another caller in. Nikesh is calling. Let's see if he answers. If his mic working. Nikesh, can you hear me? Hello? Nikesh? Okay, it's not working. So we're gonna get back to your comments, guys. Once again, if you want to have your say on the channel, just call us on Skype, Rossoneri TV, all together. Call us in, and we will be answering your calls. Just make sure you have a good working mic so that we don't waste much time here. But getting back to your comments, Geek 101 saying Bacca is a bit of a statue. When he gets a chance like that, we have a goal with a warrior like Lapadula bringing the assist. He could be the yin to his yang, and really, there could be a good combination between the two. Will Montella actually go for that though? That's the thing. Like, will he be willing to use both at the same time, or does he want to bring in Lapadula as that perfect substitute, that guy that just comes in and gets the job done for you? At the moment, it's not like we have many striker options on the bench. Luis Adriano's leaving. Yes, we do have Lapadula. We have Bacca. But if you kind of look at the striker options, it's not like we have that much going on for us. So at the same time, you have to consider that as well. Will Montella be willing to risk both strikers that he has at his disposal in one shot? Will you be willing to risk that? If we had at least another solid striker off the bench that could come on, like, to replace one of those two if something happened, that'll be yes, okay. But we don't really have all those options. So we'll see exactly what Montella thinks, or at least what he wants to do. But it could be a solution, the 4-4-2. At the moment, I think he's gonna stick with that 4-3-3. Sultan Menzuma says, I'm happy with the result, but not the way we got it. If we played a team like Lazio and they decided to park the bus, we would have lost. Let's not forget Borriello had a good chance, but had a bad touch. And that is very true, Actually, Cagliari scored, and they were offside. Thank God for that. But overall, the defense has been really good. I'm happy that we got another clean sheet today. I'm happy that Donnarumma got another clean sheet because he fully deserves it. He didn't have much to do today, but he came out at the right time and he got the job done. So I'm happy that he earned that another clean sheet. Overall, we've been very good defensive. 20 goals allowed in only 18 games. In 18 games, it's good. It's a good record to us. I think we're one of the better defensive teams. I'm just looking at the standings right now, and we have the third best defense in the league. Yes, we have a game in hand, but that's very good. We're not doing too well with the goals scored. There's other teams definitely with much more firing power up front, better attacking options that are reliable and can always work for them. So we don't have much that. We're not scoring that many goals. But defensively, we're doing good. And I don't care for getting these 1-0 wins, 2-0 wins. As long as we get them, I'll be more than happy. And it's unfortunate, Atalanta, Inter, Lazio, Napoli, and Roma all won this week. Nothing is really changing there. But as long as we won, I'm happy that we didn't drop any points. I'm happy that we won. If we would have dropped points today, it would have been a disaster, in my opinion. But we have to make use of that game in hand that we have over these teams and hopefully pass them in the standings when the time comes. Just a few more questions before I sign off. Gosu Kebe says, I think Niang might become a really good player one day, but we have to go through shitty Niang first. Locatelli is becoming more and more my favorite player. Someone's asking, Juan Valdez says, Gio, when will you make a video about any updates happening in the transfer window? I do that every day of the week, of course, besides match days and the day before when I do match previews. But we do that every day on Rossoneri TV, and I just wanted to speak about this for a second because I know we got a lot of new subscribers today, and I'm really happy that we passed 11,000 subscribers. Really, whenever we reach an achievement, it just makes my work much more worth it. And I work very close to this channel. It's not only about me doing the live streams every day, it's all the preparation towards these live streams, because trust me, there's a lot of work throughout the day before these live streams even happen, getting the visuals, taking notes, and so forth. There's a lot of work to be done. So it's great when you guys subscribe to the channel. Definitely, it makes me feel awarded for something that I love doing every day. And we do make updates for you guys, live streams every day for you guys with news, rumors. It's really the fan channel for AC Milan fans. This is a place where you guys can unite, talk, discuss everything that's going on at Milan, and I really built this community for you guys to share your thoughts. Either if you're commenting on the live streams, if you're giving us a call via Skype, this is the place to do it. So once again, thank you for that. We will be working extra hard this year. I want to make this channel even bigger this year. I'm trying to do as many videos as possible. I'm trying to at least put out a video a day. So thank you all, guys, really, for all the support. It means really a lot to me. Jimmy says, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, I agree. Niang still has a lot of space to grow. I think he's now feeling more pressure, but when he's in the zone, he has a lot of skills. Just needs to improve the end. I think, he is feeling more pressure, and that's because he's not being scoring goals. The crowd is not making his life any easier. They're always whistling at him. But at the same time, you have to give him the criticism. He's not showing much. Like Bacca, yes, he got the goal today, but if you look at his overall performance, wasn't that great. Once again, he's not a striker that creates, waits for the ball. Sometimes he gets the ball, and more times than not, he's not able to finish. And you have to take a look at that, and you have to take notes and criticize those things. Because if those are the type of players that we have, then, it's not much of players. We need better players that are capable of doing more things. Like Lapadula, for example. The guy could score, works hard, comes on as a substitute, gets the job done. Just works not only for himself, but for the team. That's what I'm trying to say. When you take a look at other players, and then you take a look like Locatelli or Donnarumma or Lapadula, for example. These are players that work for the team, and that's the right attitude that I really like with these players. Carlos Chewy Bacca with a chant for me. Thank you very much for that. Serial Killer says the win still doesn't cover up the cracks. Lots of problems in this team, and I completely agree with that. We definitely do have a lot of problems. Bascom says, I just got back from meeting and I saw the score and shouted because we won and Bacca scored. Everyone's saying thank you for the work. You deserve better. Thank you that. Giuliano, I don't know what I would do if Joe wouldn't do his videos on live streams. Don't worry about that. We'll keep on going, guys. Edel Figo saying Saponara is not good this season. Geek 101 says, but we weren't outstanding. We should have cruised it against Cagliari, but we had to rely on a last minute goal. Like I said, performance wasn't good. We got the result. We're happy. That's the end of the day. I wish you guys a very good end of weekend. Don't forget, Thursday there's a game, and that is against Torino in the Coppa Italia. So there is a game midweek against Torino in the Coppa Italia, and we're also playing them next week, I believe on Monday, next month, the following Monday, for a Serie A match. So we're playing Torino back-to-back games for the next two games. We will continue to make the transfer dailies starting tomorrow once again. We've been doing it all along so far for the month of January. So we're bringing out new content on a consistent basis on every day. So if you guys haven't yet subscribed to the channel, you're a Milan fan and want to stay up to date with everything going on at the club, this is your opportunity to do it. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for another live stream. Thank you for watching, guys. This has been Gio, signing off from Rossoneri TV, and as always, Forza Milan!